What was that trail for? You weren't listening?
Bette Midler was on. I heard Bette Midler.
Something to do with Bette Midler.
If we don't
my
listen...
gay ears pricked up. That's all I heard was, my name's Bette Midler. I was like, ooh.
You haven't... Your ears aren't that gay, really. If I had to
hairy.
say one part of you that wasn't that gay, your ears would be near the top of the list.
They're old man hairy now.
You trim them, the inside of them?
I try to, but it's hard to keep track.
Well, every so often I forget, and I'll see a long rogue hair hanging out. I'm like, what's going on there?
It's wrong.
I'm worried that some of them might bud and have flowers at the end.
And your hairdresser should be telling you.
I don't really have a hairdresser.
Oh, don't you?
Can't you tell?
It's beautiful.
You obviously do. You dye your hair, don't you?
No, I just think it's the ozone layer. The sun seems to get through a little more now.
Just a little bit of lemon juice.
Yeah, I don't know what
and
it is.
And then frolic on the beach.
Yeah, it's the thinning air.
I had a streak in my hair, which I might put back in. It was kind of done just...
A Malin streak.
It was half-heartedly. Jane was dyeing her hair before she put her colour in. And the children said, "Oh, Mum, can we dye a bit of our hair? We were on holiday, nothing much to do." So she dyed a strip
bleach your
of the hair.
kids. That's always fun.
And she bleached the strip, and I think it looked most fetching.
Yes, I remember it.
Did we talk about it last time?
No, we didn't.
Good, okay.
Yeah,
otherwise
I remember
that would be sad.
I remembered it fondly.
How are you, Graham? You look very well.
I'm feeling very well.
You look fit. You look vital. You look alive, vibrant, tanned, healthy, doesn't he? And successful. You look successful.
Do I? I don't. Well, the good thing is, it's not me. It's the lovely dancing public that are being very good.
Well, he's obviously been coached to say that.
Yeah.
Honestly, the thing about Success Fever is that I just does sound like I'm towing some party line. I'm a bit evangelical, but I don't think I've ever enjoyed a job more.
Really? What a nice thing to hear.
Well, because it's nothing to do with me. I just stand there in a shiny suit, and these poor creatures come on and dance as if their lives depended on it.
Which they kind of, in a way, do, I think.
Well, isn't that weird, though? Because in the end, even if you win the competition, what do you do?
Yeah.
You know, yes, you get a big cash prize, £50,000, but spend that wisely, because you won't be earning much more.
Yeah,
You're going to be a dancer.
That's a lot of money in the real world. For you and me, that's what, 30 minutes work? But in the real world, if that. But in the real world... That's almost a week's wages, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm slightly out of touch.
Yeah.
But for your average person, that's about a week's money.
No. It's a lot of money. But what I'm saying is, if you win the competition, it's not that you're going to get a record contract.
No.
You know, you're not going to be Will Young. You're going to be dancing behind Will Young.
But you think about the professional pride you have. Your peer group, those who dance around you and with you, and they put a lot of effort. Oh,
they're competitive. And one of my favourite things... Now, the first 3 weeks, we've got one more week of heats left, and then it's into the show proper.
The big, dramatic final run.
And then it goes up a gear. Yeah. So right now, one of the things I'm really enjoying is that they're making all their own costumes. And sadly, that ends when we go into the show proper.
I love the homemade costumes.
Oh, there isn't a yard of day glow synthetic fabric left on a market stall.
And you know what? That can scar a young person. Because in my youth, I briefly dallied with dancing.
Did you?
I like the idea of dancing. I like the idea of being Fred Astaire or Gene Kelly.
You're tall.
Yeah.
You can dance.
I can't dance, but I should theoretically be able to. So, very briefly, I was a member of the Sylvia Folkes Academy of Dance in Leytonstone. Yes, and I was not the most graceful or accomplished member of the team, and she put me in the back row during the stage version of Paint Your Wagon.
Really?
Yeah. And I was a bit of a last-minute thing. All the others had their outfits already made in the lime green satin and the fuchsia satin.
Oh.
And all I got was the waistcoat and the shirt. Didn't even get the trousers. And they didn't have a spare axe for me to swing. I had to do a shovel. Now, can you imagine that? You got all people lined up swinging the axe, and one in the middle would pretend to shovel. No wonder I felt left out.
And yet slightly upstaging, weren't you? Slightly look at me with my shovel.
Yeah, I tell you
Everyone else has an axe.
By the end, I was nervous as hell. I remember hating every second of it, and towards the end thinking, I quite like this, and trying to do a bit of an extra flourish every time I dug in. But then it was over so soon.
Oh.
When I was off stage thinking, if I could do that again, I'd have dug a bit differently.
Was it just hits from Paint Your Wagon, or did they do the whole show?
I think we just did a couple of hits.
Yeah, medley. Paint Your Wagon medley.
Because Sylvia, bless her, if she's still around, I hope she is. She was a lovely dancer. She, even though it was mainly for the kids, she always put 2 or 3 showstoppers in for herself. Solo number. She ended the show doing the theme from The Godfather.
What's that got to do with Paint Your Wagon?
And I remember my Uncle John, who's not around anymore, bless him, he came out almost crying. He said that was one of the most beautiful things I've seen in my life.
Aww.
Yeah, it was quite lovely. Anyway, back to your show. I'm sorry I've hijacked it to talk about my you know, because the scars still haven't healed.
Obviously.
I love seeing the homemade costumes. Now, are you polite to people when they unveil their latest creation, or are you honest, Graham?
Well, I have to be a bit polite in that they are so vulnerable. Like when they walk out onto the stage, you can say to them, "Now I'm guessing you didn't buy this in a shop," or "Whose idea was it to have different sleeves removed from each matching outfit?"
Radical.
You can ask those questions, and I think people at home know what I mean.
You have to ask them with a twinkle.
Yeah, you can't be too rude to them because I one guy who I was getting on very well with, George, and getting on very well with him. And then just before they went on, I happened to ask his partner, "Oh, now you seem to be wearing 2 pairs of pants. Is that to do with nerves?" And she looked a bit. No, it's because they're colourful. And he looked at me daggers. You've undermined the dance, Norton. They hated me.
Why would you wear 2 pairs of pants? Thinking,
Because they're colourful.
But you wouldn't.
Because they're colourful?
Is that good enough?
Because they're colourful.
Fine, we better leave this.
No, she looked like Bridget Jones, the superhero.
I can imagine. Whip one pair off another pair there. Double bubble for your money. Take that, Hugh Grant. Do you favour, in the gay world, are big pants appreciated by men? No. Because I'm wearing a pair of underpants today, which I bought online from a website which I think often sells to more colourful characters than me.
Yes.
They're too small for me. They're my size, but bizarrely, they feel too small for me.
Now, why do you buy online?
I don't really like buying pants in public.
No, I'm the same. I went into Selfridges and I was looking at the pants, and the woman kept going, "Oh, now those, Dale buys those," or blah, blah,
Yes,
blah, blah,
no,
blah. I don't want people knowing what pants I
I don't want people to know what pants I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'll talk about it on a radio show, but being at the counter is somehow different.
Absolutely.
If you want, we'll put a record on. I'll show you some.
Hey!
Or rather, I'll show them to you. He wasn't even remotely interested.
No.
Where's Bette Midler?
If Dale was in it, he'd be slavering like a dog with a bone.
This is the Thrills.
All right. 88 to 91 FM, this is Radio 2 from the BBC. You can't beat that. James Brown. Yeah. The master, James Brown. We should cherish him while he's still with us. As we should Graham Norton. What a link. What a link.
He's going to get run over as he leaves the building.
That's Sony Award-winning stuff, isn't it? Graham is with us. He's currently to be seen on the BBC Saturday nights, Strictly Dance Fever. It's around 6 o'clock. It's 5
to 6.
Yeah, just
oh,
around.
like clockwork. 5 to 6.
Oh, do they not? I thought it started a couple of minutes later, didn't it?
No, 5 to 6. Unless it did start late.
I think sometimes they mess up. I don't know who's in charge of timekeeping there.
I don't know. I wasn't looking at my watch.
You're tuning sometimes. What's happened? Yeah. And you're wind up watching something totally lacking in
Well,
any
the first few
entertainment.
minutes is just me
Documentary.
talking, so you're fine if you come late. You'll see them dancing.
Speaking of talking, in the first week, it seemed to be, I only read about this, didn't notice, some sort of technical error which had you talking over Doctor Who. Now, obviously,
can I just say, it's now on my CV.
Yeah. He's the new Doctor.
I was in Doctor Who, yes.
Yeah, the Christopher Eccleston, he had the looks they wanted, but not the voice. They thought they'd get Norton in to butch him up.
To lighten it up a bit.
Yeah.
No, apparently, I don't know, the Doctor was talking to Rose.
The Doctor was out.
Yeah, the Doctor was talking to Rose about kind of time-space continuum or something, and you suddenly heard me going, "Should I stand over here?" and my producer was at home, when he heard my voice, he was just like, "No, Graham, no,
because
don't."
the things
don't.
you could have said.
Exactly. If you think about the things I could have said.
I've only heard him in polite mode, and sometimes I'm shocked. The things we all say, everyone listening, even when you think no one's listening, or no one of an impressionable age.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
And apparently then there was a burst of applause. It happened about 3 times we came on to Doctor Who.
But I think that came when he first went into the TARDIS. Everyone thought, well, fair enough.
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
it's an
It
exciting
is
moment.
good set. It's a good set. I'm surprised they.
Was there any stage where you heard someone saying, "Did you make that yourself?" And the Doctor looked a bit confused. It's only a brown leather jacket, Graham.
You've done very well.
We'll see you again next week.
For you, the audition is over.
Also appropriate, of course. But what a sterling night of entertainment BBC One is providing now at the weekend. A couple of years ago, couldn't get arrested on a Saturday night. Nothing anyone wanted to watch much. Only the lottery show, and that's only because people had bought tickets. Yeah. So, it was the stupid tax. Now we've got Norton kicking off the evening in grand style. Then we've got your Doctor Who going on. Then we come back to you for the update. It's a solid
Let's
night.
not forget Casualty.
Let's not forget Casualty.
Yeah.
Also, I would have thought they could do a special. Couldn't they start off Strictly Come Dancing, have someone injured, and then they could do a crossover, and then you see the same people in Casualty with you popping up looking concerned.
And it's the new Doctor. Doctor Who?
Yeah. Maybe the incident could involve someone wearing 3 pairs of pants because they were colourful, and able to get them off.
Have to cut them off.
Already, I think we've got an evening planned here
it's
for you.
a themed evening.
The likes of which you'd never seen before. That would be great. That they should do more of that.
No, I have to say, on Saturdays now, it is nice to be part of that BBC lineup because it's, it is a strong night. You can sit down and you can watch BBC all night, and it's been a while.
And we've got Julian Clare is doing a Saturday night show soon as well.
Yeah, he's doing the lottery, isn't he?
Now, when does that start?
Now you've got me. I don't know.
Well, you wouldn't know. I'm not asking you just because you've got the same clubs. I meant in terms of, I thought you might know what the plans for Saturday night were. Because that's a great Saturday night's entertainment. One thing missing, of course.
What? You.
I wouldn't have said it so bluntly, but thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank
You're
you
on
for-
Friday night. You can't be on every night of the
Well,
week.
I could hang around.
Yeah. Well, listen, if you want to take up the dancing challenge.
Now, this is what I need to know. Do you dance?
Well, now, obviously, I do the drunk dancing.
Yeah, or you do club dancing, which is the same. Sort
Yeah,
of thing.
yes, basically. you
Just
don't
jig,
move
it's
your legs.
swaying, really, isn't it?
No, I used to love dancing. I used to absolutely love it. And then I was at a friend's wedding and had a great night. And then the next night, we were all a bit hungover. They were about to go over their honeymoon. And we sat down and we thought we'd watch a bit of the video.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It was it was that my blood chilled.
Really?
And I thought I must never,
It was that bad?
ever do that again.
Is it? How bad was it?
It was a lot of flailing and a lot of I was dancing to beats that weren't there, really. There weren't enough beats for my enthusiasm.
Well, you've always danced to your own drum.
I have. And
I would
sadly,
like-
I was the only one listening to it.
Is that video available for public consumption?
No, do you know...
There's a show there.
Oh, no, actually, one of the great bits in the video was... so the guy's videoing away, and his wife was in the party.
Yeah.
And so suddenly, you notice the camera is now totally focused on his wife talking to some guy. And the camera starts to zoom in on the two of them. And you kind of think, oh my God, she's going to kiss that guy. She's going to kiss him. She's going to kiss him. All the wedding's gone now. The wedding's just totally forgotten. You can see my hand coming in from the sideline. And luckily, in the end, but they came really close to kissing.
Do you think there was a moment there?
Yeah, there was.
Oh!
And we were just watching this video screaming. We're just like, no!
Oh my goodness.
No!
But I'm sure weddings, emotions are high, and people are thinking, well, maybe
Exactly.
one last chance before.
Yeah. What the hell? Yeah. We haven't had the honeymoon yet.
Yeah, I get in while you still can. I'd like to say, I think as an act of bravery and to show that you're a decent sort of fellow, you should show a clip of yourself dancing on the dance show.
Should I?
Yeah, I think we should do
Yeah,
it.
that's a great idea.
I'll phone some of the people.
I'll work on that.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Yeah,
And
I'll
it would
hire
show
a
you in a
researcher.
good light, Graham.
Yeah, I'll hire a researcher. I hope they manage to find it before the end of the series.
Fingers crossed. But would you consider doing, now you've seen how lovely it looks when you see people dancing properly, like the ballroom dancing style, but also the discipline that's necessary and the work that goes into it. Would you be tempted? Because it's a big commitment, isn't it?
Well, I tell you what, going down to the auditions all around the country and just watching people learn a dance, and then at the end of 45 minutes or an hour being able to do,
Yes.
it did make me want to go to dance
And
classes.
coming together as one. The two
Yeah,
people dancing together.
there's something quite moving about it. Even line dancing, the least emotional dancing in the world, not a smile cracked.
And cowboy hats, come on.
Yeah, please. But it's moving. I find it emotional.
Did you see there's a film recently called, I think it's called Shall We Dance? It was a remake of a Japanese movie, but it was with J-Lo and Richard Gearing. I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't.
I have it on DVD. I can lend if you wish.
Really? Is it good?
No, but...
Thanks for that offer then.
No, but why
Here,
it's-
Graham, waste an evening.
Yeah, but why it's worth watching is you get to see J-Lo doing a bit of dancing on, and you forget she was a very impressive dancer. And there are moments when she starts on which is really so beautiful and it's so lovely to watch, and you think, wouldn't it be great? Obviously, I'm enjoying it, on every level, but wouldn't it be great to be able to dance like that?
Yeah.
Be able to dance with a lady
Yeah.
or a gentleman, whatever you prefer, to dance elegantly, the same steps.
And I think there's a chance of anyone being able to learn a few steps
Yeah.
in a way that you could never sing.
Exactly.
But you could enjoy a dance.
A bad singer. Well, that's in a way, though, that is a flaw of your show, if you don't mind me saying so.
All right.
Because when you look at Pop Idol and those shows, seeing people sing very badly is more entertaining than people not quite able to dance as well as they might.
Well, see, I kind of disagree. Well, yes, on one level, yes. But the great thing about dancing is good dancing is as funny as bad dancing. Because even people who got through, they show up in a Pocahontas outfit and dance to a medley of some of the worst music you've ever
Let's say that
heard.
way. Maybe it doesn't give as big at the beginning, but it's consistent.
It keeps giving.
Mhm.
Even
There you go.
the final
Whereas
will be
Pop
funny.
Idol, week 3, and there's no point watching anymore.
Yeah, because they're very good.
Just tuning
yes,
the last one, yeah.
excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think even our final will be hilarious.
I'm looking forward to it, and presumably you are as well. What do you do afterwards? Do you have a holiday planned, a small break? A
What am I
mini
doing?
break?
I'm heading off to America. We're doing another show over there.
Wow, what are you doing? Oh, nothing for the comedy channel?
No,
up there?
we've moved. We've moved. Or we're shoved.
No, he's been poached. Let's put a positive spin on it.
let's be
Been
positive.
headhunted.
Yeah. What? I don't care. We get to go again.
Yeah, it's
so.
lovely.
So
And so what sort of show would that be? Another talk show?
not really. It's more of a kind of stand-up-y bits of film and stuff show.
You don't know what it is yet, then?
No.
Okay. We'll talk about, we'll come up with an idea for you when the record's
If you
on.
could.
Why don't we do that?
Okay.
What are we going to play now?
New single from Athlete.
Brilliant.
Who's that?
Athlete.
See,
he
the
was on your
problem with
single.
having someone like Graham on the show is we sit and chat, and we're having a good chat, and we get involved in deep conversation,
Yeah.
Then the music ends,
Yeah.
and we've got to go back to doing a radio show, and we forget we're on air.
I think the viewers should listen to it. That we were talking about skiing for the first time in your 40s.
I'm glad you said that, just in case they heard. The last thing you said was, "Were you scared?"
Scared, yeah.
And if they only heard that, who knows what we could have been talking about? Me doing for the first time in the 40s. Me sharing with Graham. No, I found it an eye opener, and quite a few other openers as well. We went skiing for the first time. I went skiing with the family. We loved it. You should try. I can't believe you haven't skied. You
I'm
look
too
like
scared.
an
I'm too
outdoors-
scared.
You don't have to be scared. You can go on the little children bits first.
But then you feel like a fool.
Well,
or worse.
Everyone has to start somewhere, Graham. And it was fine. We went skiing and a little bit of this, and you first of all they go down tiny little slopes and slightly bigger and bigger and bigger. And next thing you know, boom.
But of course, you don't drink anymore.
No.
So you see, I'll just get very, very drunk, and then I'll just sleep the day away.
You don't start first thing in the morning, though. Do
No,
you?
but I won't start at all. I'll just sleep the day away.
Not that we're in any way judging people who do. I think as you get older, it's a perfectly lovely way to spend the day.
to sleep it away.
A whiskey at about 10. Just keep the blood level topped up. As long as you're not driving anywhere, what harm does it do?
Exactly.
Yeah, and then the great thing about it as well is you start a crossword you like, as you get longer, you never finish it. One crossword will last you months. One jigsaw puzzle, years. It's a great way to spend your life. You should try skiing. You'd love skiing.
Really?
Oh, we had a lovely time. We went to a place called Lake Tahoe, which is an hour and a half drive from San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Reno. You fly to Reno from San Francisco. A beautiful place. Great hot chocolate. And you feel like you've earned the hot chocolate.
Of course.
As opposed to most times
Yeah.
when you don't feel like you've earned hot
No.
chocolate and you just, indulging yourself with hot chocolate.
Exactly.
Ski, then hot chocolate, you've earned it. It's a good feeling.
Very good.
Promise me you'll try skiing.
I promise.
Yeah, you see, it doesn't sound even remotely sincere.
not at all.
Okay, Graham is at the moment, as we said, Strictly Dance Fever is on every Saturday night, 5:55 p.m. on BBC. It's a hit, which I'm really pleased because a lot of people are saying Graham Norton come to the BBC. He's not going to work on Saturday night. Well, I say a lot of people. I mean Wogan, but some people were saying not going to work Saturday night, and you are working Saturday night, and it's a treat. So congratulations.
Do you know what I'm doing just to annoy Terry Wogan?
What do you do?
I'm guest hosting Points of View.
Here we go. You see, you've got to be so careful what you say about people. It'll come back and bite you.
Yeah, this is what you do with people on the BBC when you don't want to do with them.
And
You make them host Points of View.
Oh, that's uncut. And I bet you'll make sure there's a few complaints about his morning show when you're doing it.
You know that I will.
Yep. So you've got to be careful what you say about people. Fortunately for me, I've never upset anyone. So I'm in the clear. But also you're going to be doing for the BBC coming soon, I think it's April the 17th, is that correct?
April the 17th, yeah, same day as the London Marathon.
The BAFTA Television Awards.
Oh, yes.
And it's the first time you've hosted the BAFTAs?
It's first time I have.
And it's live, isn't it?
Almost.
Almost live, yeah.
Yeah, so you start a bit earlier. I think it starts going out about an hour afterwards.
That's so they can cut out people getting the awards who no one's heard of, is that why?
That kind of thing.
Craft awards, best sound, they can just...
Yeah.
And also,
If you
during
know-
the news, we gave out these awards.
Yes. If you know anyone who's nominated for a documentary, I'd go with them if you want to see them get the prize.
If you want to share the moment.
Yeah, I'd sit in the balcony.
And presumably it's going to be, I would have thought, a lot of awards to give out, but you'll do a bit of comedy at the beginning, some jokes?
I'll do a bit of comedy at the beginning. Then after that, it's kind of hard to set the tone because these are proper prizes.
These are proper
People
awards,
really
yes.
care about them.
Yeah.
They are, these are proper
They
serious
mean
award.
something. Well, you've won loads of BAFTAs. How many did you win?
I think I've got 4.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
But
isn't
you've
it?
got loads now too.
I have 2. It's not quite the same.
Oh,
is it?
this year you're up again this year, aren't you?
I don't know, am I?
I think so.
I've
I
given
would've
up.
thought
I've
so.
given up counting.
Yeah, surely you are.
I don't know.
I think I saw your name somewhere.
I may be. You know what? They don't tell me because I turn into a monster. Do you? Oh, I'll be throwing shoes at people's heads and everything.
I won't go unless I know I've won.
Oh no, I always say that.
Oh, do you?
Well, why waste an evening?
Because there's a nice dinner afterwards.
Yeah,
Lovely
but
bit of dried chicken.
I don't like people.
Oh, and of course I keep forgetting you don't drink.
I don't drink. Yeah, that is the thing.
No,
People go out,
honestly,
they get a lovely
because
old
I'd
booze
go,
up.
yeah, if there's an open bar, I'm there. Woo-hoo.
I'm just sitting there thinking, oh, these people are drunk. It just makes it worse for me.
Yeah, sorry.
So I'll be at home. Oh, well, I might, if I've won, I'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
So if you see me in the audience at the
yes.
beginning of the show, run out and put a bet down.
It's either a cruel joke or he's won.
That's happened in the past, actually.
No, don't.
Friends of mine, I think you know this story, we can't name names. Oh, okay. I'll tell you afterwards. But a friend of mine came to me before the Comedy Awards one year and said, look, they've invited me along. I really don't want to go. There was a reason behind it. Oh, okay, I better say who it is. It was Paul O'Grady. And they wanted him to come dressed as Lily Savage. And said, look, I don't mind, but I really don't want to dress up as Lily Savage. And they want me dressed as Lily all night. So I don't mind doing it if I won. I said, I'll find out for you, Paul, don't worry. I went and I said, who's won this year, just out of interest? What about that category? I said, Paul O'Grady's won. Go, yeah, you've won, you won. He came up dressed as Lily Savage. He hadn't won. They knew I was going to feed him the information.
Oh dear.
Mean, wasn't it?
No,
And he's sitting there all night in high heels and a bloody,
That's mean.
chicken on his head.
I was up against Ant and Dec for BAFTA. Kat Deely presenting the prize. So you kind of think, well, I think I know where this is going.
Yeah.
And it was on, and it was a year it was on ITV.
Yeah.
So, and I was laughing at Kat Deely about it beforehand. So she came on stage. Ant and Dec sitting kind of like 4 rows back.
Yeah.
She winked at them,
No.
rather obviously, I thought.
Fantastic.
And then opened the envelope and went, oh, Graham Norton.
Fantastic.
Now, I'd have lied. I'd have just gone, Ant and Dec. They can't stop her.
Even if they knew afterwards, it would be too embarrassing to own up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, years ago, there was a theory at the there was a rumour going around at the Oscars one year that the woman who won for My Cousin Vinny,
Marissa Tomei.
hadn't actually won.
No. Who was the guy? He was an old codger and he kept reading the autocue.
I think it was Jack Palance, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
and he looked back at the autocue because obviously he needed different eyes for autocue from envelope.
And he read out the last nominated name.
Yeah, and just, Marissa Tomei.
Not true, I believe.
Oh no!
I believe
let
it's
it be
not
true.
I believe it's not true, and we probably should say that in case people get on and sue you, Graham.
Really?
Yeah, because I was already saying it's not true. So
Oh
you
no!
said
I
it's
think
not
she
true.
deserved it.
Yeah.
I'd have voted for her, but I'm not sure the Academy agreed.
We're covered. So even if you see people coming out the BAFTAs and winking at their friends, it doesn't mean they've won it.
It doesn't mean they've won.
Who would
it.
have thought that?
But now, this is my thing. As host,
Yes.
right? I probably will know who's won, won't I?
I would have thought so.
Now, if someone does just come out and kind of think, actually, I hated that documentary, I'm going to give it to the one about, the flying fish.
Will you step in?
Do I step in, or do I just kind of go, fair enough?
How do you feel about that documentary about the flying fish?
Well, you see, I suppose if I liked it, I kind of think, good, I'm glad you did that.
You could sway it, couldn't
Yeah,
you?
I could.
You could hastily scribble out the name in the card and write it in your own handwriting,
Yeah. Or maybe I could just cough loudly while they're saying it, and then kind of, yes, well done, blah, 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 the flying fish documentary.
It's going to be a great year at the BAFTAs, ladies and gentlemen. For once, we say this and we mean it. Anything could happen. Okay, Sunday, April the 17th. That's on BBC One as well. You better go. You better go and get your dancing shoes on. You've got a
I
show
know,
to do
the
tonight.
children are waiting for me. They can't dance without me.
Can I ask you, did you make that yourself, that top?
John Smedley knitted
I
it for
see.
me.
Why the 3 pairs of pants? And the 4
Yeah,
pairs of
I'm so
leg
stupid, I
warmers?
didn't even get it for a little bit there.
Here we go. Graham, lovely to see you again.
Okay, tippy-tappy, off I go.
What's this you're playing? It sounds like some
It's
sort of
yellow. I
like
thought it'd be quite
Romanian
nice.
music.
Strictly
Oh, I see.
Dance Fever.
How lovely.
It feels like ballroom.
Yeah, strange choice.